The concept is a lot like the last one, except for this time, instead of pointing up, it'll point towards the direction that the gyroscope was turned on. So we use two faces, the top one and the side one, to represent left or right, and one will tell up or down. So then it'll look a little like this. So this one tells which way left or right it is, and then this one can tell up or down to try to pinpoint where you turned it on. This will be useful because you'll be able to tell exactly where you've been. And I have two design concepts, or goggles or a watch that they could wear. The goggles is nice because there's 6 different gyroscopes, so like there could be. So they could use something like checkpoints to where each point, so they could get to here, or maybe here, it splits off this way also. Then you could make a checkpoint to make sure like one of them is pointing here, and then you get here, and then you can do the same thing until you figure out where you are, and then like each one will point you back here, and then back to here, and then back to the start. That's what I like about the goggles, but it might become a little bulky depending on how big the contraption is. The other idea was the watch. If the goggles overcomplicate it, then it can just be a watch, and it only have one single like gyroscope cube to point the direction. I don't think it'll need to be too expensive because all I'd need is a gyroscope, like wiring to connect everything, a screen of some sort to have these things on, and a button to turn it on. The thing I like also about the goggles is that it'll be right in front of your face, so you can look down onto the top view, and then this will be projected on the front, so you'll be able to see both sides fairly easily. The first thing I do to start off my design is I would try to start making the gyroscope, or buying a gyroscope that will allow me to do this. It'll actually be a lot like a gyro compass, but instead of pointing towards true north, it'll point towards wherever it was turned on. So then this will connect to basically it's a lot like a gyro compass, but it doesn't point north. It points towards wherever it was turned on. So then first thing I have to do is start with the gyroscope, like I said, and then after that I'll need to connect the wiring towards a button to be able to turn on the gyroscope. That'll be the first thing. And then after that I'll need to figure out how to get the gyroscope to be able to connect to the button and be turned on, and then towards the screen. And then once you move, it should be able to point each arrow back to the exact point where it was started and turned on. For the 14-week plan, I have it planned out. So for the first week, we'll be finding materials. The second one will be the setup plan / design. And then week 3 through 5 will be just building. And then week 6 will be a test. And I probably won't be done with the complete design. So that might be just a test to see if the box contraption I have will be waterproof. And then it'll probably be back to a building day. Week 7 will also build. And then by the time I get to week 8, hopefully it will work. And for sure have the gyroscope connected to the button and be able to turn it on. And then I think the trickiest part will be getting the gyroscope to connect to the screen to the point where it was turned on. And then week 9 will be build, and then this time I will be building for efficiency instead of just trying to get it to work. Week 10 is a testing day again, and then probably building since the tests won't take the whole time. Week 11 will be just a building day, and then weeks 12 and 13 is going to be building slash testing day. So those kind of be putting the last things I need to on it, and then the final week 14, will be the finishing touches slash presenting it wherever I'll need to.